Hello guys, welcome to all of you in Code Tpoint. My name is Amit and today we are going to continue with Python learning series. In this tutorial, we are going to cover literal in Python. In the previous class, we had discussed about what is a variable in Python and how we can declare the variable. For today's class, we are going to learn literal, and this concept is very much related with our previous class. So please guys, go through the previous videos as well as. So let's go and start it. What is literal? So whenever we start a variable in Python, and we assign a value to it, then the value will be called as a literals. Again, I'm repeating my statement. Whenever we declare a variable in Python and we assign a value to it, the value is called a literals. Okay. So for example, a equal to 5, a equal to 100. So whatever the value we assign to variable is called literal. Fine. Now let's go understand what are the types of the literals in Python. So broadly, there are 4 categories. First is numeric literals. Second is string literals. Third is Boolean literal, and fourth one is special literal. So we will talk one by one how we can write these literals in Python. So let's go and start in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I have written some piece of the code over here and we will execute this piece of the code over here. So let's say in numeric literal part, I have written integer underscore literal, which is 100. Let's say I'm keeping it 10. Let's say I'm keeping it 10. Binary literal is 0b1010. Octal literal is 0012, 12, or hexa literal is 0xa. Of course, by writing this, by looking into this piece of the code, we can understand this is one of the easiest way to declare a variable. But what about these are the cases? Alright. These are the cases where we can say this is a binary literal, this is a octal literal, and this is hexa literals. So binary literal will start with 0b as a prefix, octal literal will start as 0o as a prefix, and hexa literal will start 0x as a prefix. So let's execute this piece of the code and understand what the output we are getting. So we are getting 10 for each variables. So of course, this you understand it, but this part is, since this is a binary form of the 10, in Python to declare the binary form we need to add 0b as a prefix. This is also a 10 but in the form of octal. So in Python to declare it we need to add 0o as a prefix, and similarly over here we need to add 0x as a prefix for declaration in hexadecimal forms. So this is about numeric literals. Okay. There is another subcategory of this part, since we are talking about float literals as well as, because this is a part of the numeric literal. I'm going to talk about here is, let's say I've written over here, float 1 is 100.5 and float 2 is 100.5 e to the power 3 and float 3 is 100.5 e to the power minus 2. So what is these 3 parts? First is float. Of course, you can understand that is the most easiest way. And the third and second part, where we can say it is in the form of exponential values. So it is nothing but e to the power 3 and it is e to the power minus 2. Okay. So of course, in a mathematical form, you understand what should be the value of e, and then we can able to solve this mathematical equations. But yes, please understand that is what is the value of this comes over here. If I executing this piece of the code, it is saying first is 100.5, second one is coming 100, 100, 500, and third one is 1.005. So what is this one? It is actually 10 to the power 3, which is 1000. If you multiply this number with 1000, this value will be this much. And this is like, again 100.5 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2, which is 1 by 100. And then you will solve this, or you will simplify this part. You will get the value is 1.005. So this is about float literals. Next part is string literals. So far we have discussed about how we can initiate a string in Python. So we can initiate a string by single quote or the double quote, but there is another way where we can also initiate a string by using triple quotes. So normally the triple quotes can be used whenever we have a multiple line of the input. Okay. For example, if you are going to supply a very large text, in that text it can be have multiple lines. To read those lines in Python, we can use triple quotes so that Python will able to understand the multiple line over the inputs. So let's see how we can do it over here. So here I have written string literal. First is Python, second one is data science, which is in single quote, first one is double quote, and the third one is in triple quote with the multiple line. So let's execute this part. So what you are getting? We are getting Python, data science and all this input, correct? So this is another way to write the string literals by using triple quotes in Python. Unicode literals is nothing but you can say whatever emojis we are using as of now. So to understand the emoji in Python, simply we need to use capital U as a prefix. Okay. And then we need to add 000. So you can get a lot of, Unicode for emojis over the internet you can find. And what you need to do is you need to simply add capital U and after that 3 zeros. And then you need to declare in this form. Okay. So in that case, Python will understand that this is a emojis. So here you can see these are the emojis you can able to identify. Next is a Boolean literal. So Boolean can be defined in Python either in true and false. So let's say I have written A equal to true and B equal to false. Of course, if you will execute this piece of the code, then you will get true and false. Let's say in this case, I have written A equal to true plus 30 and B equal to false plus 20. In this case, what happens that is, if we execute this piece of the code, we will get the output 31 and 20. So the answer of this query is, because why we got 30 instead of 30, why we got 31 instead of 30. To answer of this question is, Python is considered true as a 1 and false as a 0. And this is an implicit conversion happening over here. So true is 1. So that is why 1 plus 30 is equal to 31. And in case false plus 20, which is 0 plus 20 is 0. And that's how we got this output as a 31 and 20. Okay. Next is special literals. So let's say in this case, if any values or to start any variable in Python, simply what we can do is we can just write the name of the variable A, and then what we do is equal to, and then we pass some value to it. So let's say if we declare A equal to, and let's say we don't know what the value should be, and just leave it alone, leave it like this part. In this case, what happens if we do not assign any value to this variable called A and simply pass it on into the next part of the programming, then what will happen? Python will send us an error to us. Okay. See, in this case, what will happen? if we execute this piece of the code, we will get the error invalid syntax. In this case, what Python is saying, it says we cannot leave any variable without any declaration of the values. Without any declaration of the values, we cannot skip, right? Because in the most of the programming language, what happens, we can declare a variable and through the any values called 0, null, whatever. But in Python, it is very essential to declare at that moment or to assign the values at that moment. We cannot simply pass it on and start executing the next piece of the code. In that case, we will fetch an error. So to handle this kind of situations, we can say we can assign a none to it. Okay. And in this case, we can assign none to this variable and we can simply pass it on. Okay. So it means in future, if the value is getting changed, then we can able to assign this value to once again. But as of now, we are going to assign none and it will say that is this value is holding nothing, but it is holding none. So you can say this is one of the way to declaration a variable, or you can say this is one of the way we can declare the variable in Python. But normally this is not a structure, but yes, this is a special case where we can need to understand that is Python is stopping us some point of time, that is we cannot simply leave any variable without passing the value to it. Okay. And because of that, we need to pass none to it, and so that we can pass the next part of execution of the code. Okay. I hope you will understand this part. So feel free to send any query if you have for this session. Let me know that is if you have any queries, and I will try to respond to this query. Hope you will enjoy this session. Thank you once again.